Hello, 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 and welcome to Mist's Cooking Corner. This is the second episode, and today we're making grilled cheese. But not just any grilled cheese, dear viewers, the best grilled cheese you will ever have. Personal opinion, but this is going to be very cheesy because I am using 3 types of cheese. So I'm also using Italian bread, which I think just upgrades any sandwich like that. So first, you take your 2 slices of bread. I'm also making lunch for my Nana and I. That's why if you didn't hear me, Nana, that's what I call my grandmother. I'm in her kitchen right now and I'm making lunch for the 2 of us, and she wants ham on hers. So you don't have to do the ham step, but I am per request. Also, today, I'm going to do a story time. I know no one really voted on my first video about it, but I just want to try out both formats just to see where we're at. So the story, we have to go back to 3rd grade, but first we have to butter our bread. The butter is still cold. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh no. I'm sorry about this. Cold butter is not my friend. It's no one's friend, really, once you think about it. But we'll just butter where we can. I guess just place it strategically around the bread if you have cold butter. And so the types of cheeses we're using today are Colby Jack, two slices of that. Then we're also using Munster. I'm using two slices of each. You can use however much you want, depending on how cheesy you want your sandwich to be. I like mine, and my Nana likes hers very cheesy. And then I'm also using provolone. So, once you have your cheeses firmly in place, again, I'm doing this for my Nana, but add your meat if you want it. I know some people like a hot ham and cheese or a hot turkey and cheese, or you know, whatever you like, really. I mean, some people have a bologna and cheese sandwich hot. I'm personally not the biggest fan of bologna. I know a lot of people would agree with me on that statement, but a lot of people would disagree too. Okay, once you have your sandwich, wow, that's a lot of toppings, isn't it? Once you have your sandwich all configured, head to the stove. And I'll see you there. Hi, welcome to the stove. And this is an electric stove. I'm not really used to electric stoves, really. But it's what my Nana has here at her esteemed abode. And now let's get into the story time, shall we? Because you already know the drill with the flipping and the stoves. Sorry to step out of the camera. Just need to butter my pan. So, while that's heating up, the butter, this story we have to start in my 3rd grade year. It's been a long, long while since 3rd grade for a lot of people. And for me, it hasn't been too terribly long, but still a while. So my brain is a little foggy. But I'm going to try my best with the details. So, it was 3rd grade, and I was in a really big wolf girl phase. A lot of people in the younger generations, late Gen Z, Gen Alpha, all of you know what a wolf girl is. But if anyone older is watching, I think I'll just explain. So a wolf girl is someone who really, really likes wolves and will start acting like one. Not like not like they have like mental diseases and other things that can contribute to that. It's more just they want to be like wolves. You'll see a lot of memes and jokes about them. So I was a very big wolf girl in 3rd grade. And what occurred, and I might mention this now, there were 2 new students in our 3rd grade class. Their names were Brutus and Florence. I'm using their names to protect their safety. I will use letters from time to time when I can't think of a good name. So, at the beginning of the year, Florence, Brutus, and I were pretty good friends. But they made that more and more apparent that we could not be friends, the 3 of us. A lot of differing opinions and differing, really everything, different personalities and such. And so a gap started to form between us, much like the teeth of a prepubescent. But wow. My people with bad teeth and braces, hit me up. It really is a struggle. But a gap started forming between us because of this, because of our differing opinions and differing personalities. And may I mention that Florence and Brutus were both in their sort of wolf boy phases. So, Brutus and Florence, they started to create their own pack with a lot of different classmates, mostly just the boys. But they did recruit some girls, surprisingly. So, then I started forming my own pack. It was mostly just my friends. The 2 most notable members were my friends Amity and Max. Another person who joined was my friend Vanny. So the 4 of us would just sort of chase Florence, Brutus, and his pack around the playground and parking lot at my school. And that, for a while, was the extent of our rivalry. Until it became much more than that. They started, actually bullying my friends and I. Not just the snips you would hear across classrooms. It was starting to become actually bullying. And so, what occurred from that were almost daily screaming matches from Brutus and I. And that's where our story starts. One of these screaming, or rather growling matches in the middle of the parking lot. So we were circling each other, growling and barking. I know this all sounds very weird without context. Please do not take this out of context. Please. This is taking a little while to cook. I don't know why it's on low heat. It should be hotter than that. This story is just so... It's funny now that I'm older. That it was so serious back when I was so young. So what had happened during this fight was... I gotta explain my school setup for this. So, in my area, the school I'm in, it's a private school, so it's amongst a lot of... It's basically boxed in by houses. So there were a lot of fences to push people into. So during this fight, he shoved me into a fence. And he almost managed to pitch me over the fence into one of the neighbors' yards. And that neighbor's yard happened to be the school counselor's yard. And the school counselor was home at the time. So, he was looking out of his window, and he saw what had happened, and thanks to some quick and strategic tomfoolery from Brutus and his friends, he managed to get me and my friends in trouble for this situation. You may ask me, Mist, why? Now let me tell you. Brutus's real name does mean liar in a lot of languages. I will not expose his real name, but for safety reasons, of course. But Brutus is very good at being dishonest. That's all I'll say. So he lied to make it seem like I was purposefully jumping over fences. And that is how I got the school nickname, Fence-Hopper. Even though I got a cool nickname out of it, it's honestly not worth it. And I think that is the end of today's story time. And the moral is, don't get into stupid rivalries like that. I know it seems important at the time, but when you really look at it in perspective, your older self will regret it deeply. So I'm going to let this sandwich cook, and I will see you back at the table where I'm going to plate it. Hi, I'm back, my beautiful viewers. It's time to plate my Nana's sandwich. Brown plate. So, you take your sandwich, you just set it on the plate. I'm going to cut it in half. And this won't have like a very good cross section. I don't think, because, let me expose something here. I'm sorry, my fellow cooking YouTubers, but a lot of people put in cheese after the fact to make their cheese pulls look more satisfying than they already are. So, this is the cross section of our sandwich. Looks good, doesn't it? And so, it's time to plate it up. Gonna add some potato chips. And now, Nana, if you'd come in here, please. Nana.
Yes.
It's time to come in here. It's time to see what she says about her sandwich. Come hither. Come hither.
Oh,
Don't be afraid.
looks good.
All right? This is the official taste test. Ladies and gentlemen, gentles and ladymen, boys and girls, friends beyond the binary.
Delicious.
It is?
It's very good. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, it is grandmother approved. And now, I think it's time to sign out. So, stay safe, stay healthy, and know you are appreciated on this channel. I'm Mist, signing out. Bye!